Taraja P. Henson, she was dating bad boys, right? And she was dating bad boys. And I was thinking to myself, like, hmm, she passed on the nerds and got with the bad boys. She said, the quickest way to find her was at a trap house. I got to thinking, I was like, hmm, at one point in time, I was labeled a nerd. They was calling me nerd and four eyes. Like I was like, how am I a nerd? You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best reader on the block. I'm not the smartest person in the classroom. And they had the nerve, and women had the nerve to call me a nerd. You know, and I was just, thinking to myself, like, man, they label us nerds as you know, good guys, good men. And honestly, I can say the nerds, what they like to call us, in the class were mostly the good men. The bad men were had all the girls, like the people that like never went to school, like never was in class. They all had the girls though. I was like, man, the guy that was close to the bottom of the class had the most girls. Had the most girls. Had a roster. Like, you gotta understand. You gotta understand, man. The guy at the bottom of the class. I wasn't even at the bottom. And I'm not even the smartest. But I mean, I ain't finna speak on what I made in high school and all that, but you know, I ain't listen, I don't know how it turned in the way it turned in, but you know, it used to be, the popular guy gets all the girls and all that, but hey, the bad boys get them too, you know. So I'm here to try to like spread awareness to people labeling me a nerd and labeling good men nerds. Y'all missing out on y'all blessing. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all missing out on y'all blessing. Because if you think that we just gonna let a woman just talk to us any kind of way, you got another thing coming. Because guess what? We fighting back. Good men, nerds, what they like to call us, we fighting back. Because I'm literally putting a screw in to the door. Okay? I'm letting you know you're not finna one up me. You're not finna get one over on me. First of all, who is she calling a nerd? Who is she calling nerd? You know what I'm saying? Who is she calling a nerd? I got my glasses on because I'm trying to figure out who she calling a nerd. All right, fellas, if you have ever been called a nerd, I want you to tell me how that feels. Because I've been called a nerd, but I also been called a good man. And I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself by being a good man to her. Because the whole time I'm being a good man, she thinks I'm a nerd. I'm not a bad boy. Why do you think good men, some good men can't really be bad boys? They can't do it because in their hearts or hearts, they know, they know that they care for this girl. They know that they feel some type of way about her. They know they can't let her go. They know when she calls, they always got to pick up the phone. Let me tell you something, family. Don't pick up the phone. You don't have to pick up the phone every time she calls you. Okay, keep it a bean, keep it a buck. It's not that important. I promise you, it's not that important. I promise you, it's not that important. I promise you, it's not important. It's not important at all. I promise you. Because the moment you start double texting, the moment you start asking, what are you doing? Don't ever ask a woman, what are you doing? Don't ever double text her under any circumstances. I don't care if you messed up. Let her figure that shit out. Okay? So fellas, man, I'm kind of appalled, you know, because I know what it's like to be that good guy, that nerd looking dude. Hey, that nerd over there. Hey, that nerd over there with the glasses. The nerd. Yeah. I used to get recognized by that shit. Shit hurts. Shit hurts. But you know what though? I got the last laugh. I got the last laugh, nigga. Because guess what? While you think I'm over here being a good man, I'm gonna make you wish you didn't call me a nerd. I promise you. The whole time you think it's peachy, it ain't peachy. The whole time you think it's sunshines and rainbows, it's storms and clouds over here. Storms and clouds. Because you'll spend your entire life being perceived a certain way. And then you'll grow up and realize, dang, I was perceived this way? Why? Why was I perceived like this? You know why? Guess what? Because you a nerd. And then when they got you, they think, oh, I got a good one. Let me do you a favor. Walk away. Walk away. If she thinks she got you, walk away. If she thinks you're a little nerd, you're a little geek, you're a little, you like to collect action figures, walk away. Because I guarantee you, when she sees your action figures and your little toy room, she's not going to say nothing about it. She's going to be like, well, he's got a lot of money. He's successful. He's a good man. I'm not going to say anything about his toys. Walk away, man.